Dosha Lyfe TV back in the picture. What's going on? Peace, family. Like, subscribe, hit the cash app. I'm working on my Patreon again. Had some issues with some app issues, so I'm gonna pause on the Patreon till I fix it and get it right. But other than that, I'll come to talk about the black sheep. Yes, the black sheep. Every family has a black sheep. Let me tell you about this black sheep deal. I'm not a sheeple, I don't follow the crowd. The black sheep does his own thing. That's why they call it the black sheep. It's the odd one out. But the thing is, I'm gonna explain why the black sheep and families deal with the hardest battles. As far as when it comes to law, as far as when it comes to family, anything. Let's break it down. Often isolated from not just family, but society, and things of that nature, for being somebody that moves differently than other people. Other people move on a morphogenic field of energy that's not even their own energy. So they all move the same way, and they think that's normal. Being normal is not being like everybody else. For one, shit no. Everybody moving the same and it's all in a toxic way is fucking not normal. But anyway, let me get into it. When it comes to a family, your family, the black sheep of the family is usually the one that comes into the existence that's spiritually inclined with a more sense of a spiritual mindset or a spiritual tie to reality. If not that, they're on their way to it. Now, many of them face the hardest battles for the simple fact that they are the only ones in their family that's actually capable enough of breaking the curses or breaking themselves from the morphogenic fields of energy that their family suffers from and breaking it off their family. So the spirits that actually govern this morphogenic field of energy over certain people, they actually are low energies, not the high morphogenic fields, but the low ones. In other words, the demonic entities that govern whole families. There's reason whole families suffer the same plague, or whole families suffer the same illness or sickness. They do the same or move in the same way that continues to further the illness or sickness, because their thought process, which is thoughts that's not theirs but that of that morphogenic field, is actually causing them to move in a way that actually continues that curse on their family, and they don't even know it. So when a black sheep moves differently, the whole family might look at them differently, because that same spirit is recognizing that they're not of the same energy that those before. They might be the same bloodline, but their energy might have some DNA unlocked that might be in opposition to the energy that's of the actual line of lineage of that family. So, understand that we all have many different soul origins. Even though we have a traditional bloodline in this physical plane, we have many different star systems of energy that we come from that manifest into a physical vessel. So, you and your mother could be of two completely different origins, but still be in the same bloodline. Now, these spirits work in other planes to try to enslave your soul energy by way of ego, by forcing certain spiritual frequencies, in other words, thought forms or thoughts, onto the minds or the brains to take over the minds of the people that's in these families. When you move differently, when they recognize, understand, all these spirits know who you are. People might not know, but the spiritual plane do. They don't want you to know who you are, because when you know who you are, you step into your power. And once you learn your truth, guess what sets you free? The truth. Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It says that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Lack of knowledge, the definition for lack of knowledge is ignorance. Ignorance is the definition for lack of knowledge, the act of ignoring truth. What is truth? That's the thing that removes the chains on the brain so that the mind can be able to function freely within the brain to take over the vessel, and the mind is the thought process of the soul. So the truth will set you free from said demonic or low spiritual entities that actually come into your being by way of your thought process and you paying them attention to feed you. To actually become part of your energy. It's deep. So, with that being said, morphogenic fields is the field of energy that's tied to a certain spiritual power that actually is in tune with whatever frequency that it attaches to. I can get deeper in that, but I ain't gonna speak on it too much. Now, the black sheep, often the one that actually, has the hardest time. the same spirits actually operate on the other plane of existence, you know what I'm saying, in the fourth dimension. They're not in this physical per se. They work through the physical, but they're not in the physical. They're in the astral. They're in the astral manipulating the physical. So they're in the in-between realm with the fourth dimension, not the fifth, but the fourth dimension, manipulating the byproduct of that fourth dimension, which is this third dimension, which is the physical, the divine masculine. So if you ever wonder why if you speak a certain truth and certain family members might come at you crazy, might look at you crazy, say you're doing this and that, well, you're not really doing nothing wrong but speaking truth for knowledge. It's just offensive to them because it's not offensive to really them. It's offensive to the spirits that govern them. The spirits that's governing them is not even their natural spirits. So if they know the truth, they can shed their spirit. So it makes you a threat to the spiritual forces that try to enslave the souls of your family. This is the reason why the black sheep is always the odd one out. This is why families or people actually actively or are actually in opposition to a lot of views of their family or vice versa. This is why a lot of families disown certain people. Just that deep. But when you go into it, you realize it's a blessing in disguise. Because not only do these spirits fear you to the point where they cause your family to turn on you, they know that you're more powerful than them. You have dominion over low entities, being the soul, which is that soul energy is that of the creator, which is the creator within you. That soul. This soul energy is the bits and pieces of this creator put in the individual people to experience life through individual lens of each individual cell. Just like I am a vessel, I am a flesh, right? Well, I'm more than that, but let's say I have a vessel. This vessel is full of cells. There's more bacteria in the body than actual living cells. Understand that. You are a living ecosystem. Every cell in your hand, it's different cells. They all have their own individual cell membranes or memories with brains. They have memory and they have brain. They think, they activate, they communicate with each other. They have their own lifespans individually, their own life forces. They live and they die, but they work with each other. They're individuals, but they make up one being because of one morphogenic field, which is the field of myself that directly cells. You know what I'm saying? The cells of your organs and your body move according to the morphogenic field of your soul energy that created you through your DNA. Now, the DNA, which is the God frequency within you, the soul frequency within you, yeah, it's deep. So, anything that wars with your DNA or changes your DNA is something that's against your soul. So do not take a vac with a scene in it. So, that's exactly what it's going to do. Change your DNA. Anything that wars with your DNA is one with your soul energy. Do not take anything with artificial ingredients that manifest a change in your thought process by way of changing how you think from within by playing and tweaking your DNA. Because these thoughts are spirits that trying to work their way into your DNA. It's deep. So I'm just saying, if you're a black sheep, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You just need to learn your power. If you're a black sheep, it's because you have a power that a lot of people don't even know that they have yet. Many people are sitting there seeking power and seeking to know who they are, but they don't even know how powerful they are to begin with. Once you learn yourself and learn your power and learn how to use your power, nothing can touch you. You're invincible. Learn how to maneuver from the spiritual first and manifest it to the physical. Stop working backwards. It doesn't work that way. It's like chasing your tail. Why chase love if you are love? If a dog, wants to find it, why chase your tail if you are your tail? You get what I mean? A dog will chase himself in circles trying to chase his tail, but not realizing it's a part of himself. Many people will chase love, not realizing they are love. So if you got to chase something that you're chasing yourself and other people, and you're not going to get it because you're looking outward instead of looking inward. You are more than the flesh. Dear black sheep, the word Ovid, Ovid, means sheep. They put a C in front of it. Are you a sheeple? The black sheep might think different. Black as in darkness, as in divine feminine, as in a soul thinker. It's symbology. Regular sheep gets sacrificed. The black sheep chooses to sacrifice itself for the other sheep. Doesn't mean that he's gonna die. It just means you put yourself on the front line for those. So that means you taking on the burden of all the spiritual attacks of your family, that it all directs towards you. Because you have the power to stop it. They see a threat, so they're gonna try to take you, not your family, because they don't know what they're doing. That's why in the Bible, I can keep quoting the Bible. Yeah, it's been manipulated. The Bible is truth only because the English language is the lie. The English language is why the Bible is bullshit. But nah, look. You know, in the Bible it says, forgive them for they know not what they're doing. They don't. If I'm arguing with somebody, me being a shaman, if I argue with somebody, I'm not arguing with them. I'm arguing with the spirits that govern them, that's not them, that's hindering them. When the ego takes over, that is not them speaking. If I'm angry and I do something out of anger, that was not me that did that. That was a spirit of anger that possessed me to do that. Now, if I get angry because somebody's telling me something that I need to hear, that's because that spirit that possessed me to make me feel angry apparently wants me to live in that low field so it can continue to feed off my soul energy by taking over my brain and pushing my soul energy before my mind into the sunken place. So therefore I'm witnessing what I'm doing, but I'm acting in a sense that I know this is not the way I want to live. The black sheep tends to but get into it with family a lot. It's all out of passion and love because they see things in a way that others don't see it. Others' vision are blinded by the ego spirit. When you kept in a low frequency by these spirits, it prevents you from seeing with clairvoyance. It prevents you from seeing the truth that will actually set you free from said spirit. This is why knowledge is power. Many people don't even care to benefit their minds by expressing knowledge to their self. Many people don't care to open a book. Many people don't care to meditate. Many people don't care to water fast just because, it's good for you to do. You don't want to read up on it to see the actual truth of it. And then you sit there and question it because fuck other people's, what they got to say. What does your soul say? Can you hear it? Can you feel it? If you can't, it's because the ego spirits keep you from feeling your soul. They push your mind in a sunken place, which is your soul energy. You will only feel it when you're not distracted by things of this outside realm. That's when you're by yourself. When you're by yourself with nobody to touch, nobody to confide to, and you have to deal with your emotions and deal with your darkness, you will see your torment of your soul because you will feel it. This is that nervousness that makes you want, I gotta smoke a cigarette. Oh, I gotta smoke a blunt. Oh, I gotta drink some beer. Oh, I gotta have some sex just to feel better. Oh, I gotta masturbate. Oh, I gotta, whatever. Do something healthy. It might actually exercise that spirit out of you. Exercise. You sweating. The sweating is detoxing the oils in your fat cells. It's actually forcing, in a sense, depleting the energy of the spirit to even have power over you. They want to keep you lazy and stagnant. It's the spirit of stagnation. They all work together. There's demiurge spirits. If you don't know what the demiurge is, look up Bobby Hemmett. He will break it down. Now, it's levels to this. It's levels to this. There are black sheep, melanated sheep, dark sheep. We're not led by nothing but the darkness. In other words, we're not led by nothing but our soul. The soul be the guide of the dark sheep, or the black sheep. The physical and ego and the illusion be the guide of the white or the pale sheep. Think about that. I speak with ways that you can read between the lines. So I'm just here to make you think, you know what I'm saying? If you're a black sheep, it's because you're powerful. Don't let it break you. Keep your self-love. Don't let every situation that comes your way discourage you from being your best self. Don't let it change you into a worse person and stoop to their level. But that's what they want. Keep your diligence. Keep your self-love. If you're not receiving reciprocation for the things that you do out of the kindness of your heart, don't look for it from the physical. That's not how it works. If you give love out, if it's not coming from the person you give love out, it's going to come from the form of another person or another outlet. It don't even have to be a person. It could come from self. You will feel that love from within. Your soul is thankful for every great thing you do and maintain your self-love in the process, regardless of the pain that it caused you. That's power. Being weak is breaking under that pressure. Okay, I'm going to just stoop to your level. Well, he did this, so I'm going to do that. What you think that shadow feminine is? That shadow feminine is not the divine. The shadow feminine is, I'm not taking accountability. I'm going to stoop to your level and do the same to you. That's what a lot of people, I'm not going to single nobody out, but that's what a lot of people do when someone, quote unquote, hurts their feelings and now they want to take it out on them. No, it's not no one's fault but yours that your own feelings is hurt, because nobody could control your feelings but you. It's your own perception, and your perception is based off of the spiritual composition of yourself that depends on what you open yourself with consent to in spiritual nature. And if you're consented to the spirits of ego, then that's what your perception is going to be based off of. And if your perception is based off your ego, every time your ego is hurt, then you feel like someone directly did you something. In reality, you opened yourself for someone else to do something to you. Accountability is the number one enemy of the ego too. A soul being is accountable for his actions because he knows what his actions has consequence. Good or bad, depending on the alchemy of your mind. You could turn a bad situation into good. Someone could rob my whole house and take all my food and leave a bag of potatoes. And a person that feels the fit, well, I got potatoes, I can eat that. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that just accepts what happens but doesn't care. You gave up. Then they got those that be like, oh shit, I'm gonna go get this person that did that. Okay, you're in anger. Not realizing your power. The anger spirit will prevent you from seeing the power of your actions or the power of what you can still do. The higher your vibration, the better you think. Now let's say that little evil spirit, the little demonic entity is not in your vessel controlling you, and somebody steals from your house and take all your food. Your mindset is gonna go from, oh, at least I got potatoes. I gotta get back. It's gonna go from that to, shit, I'm gonna take this bag of potatoes, chop them bitches up, make french fries, and sell that bitch $5 a plate and rebuy all my groceries. And still have potatoes left. And I can enjoy some fries. Alchemy of the mind. You control the thoughts. You have power over the thoughts that come to you. I have an accent trying to come in while I speak. I don't know. Well, look, I do know why it happens. My ancestors sometimes take my tongue. I'm not going, my accent could change up sometimes. Sometimes I'm more and more in tune with that energy. But nah, like I said, though, it's levels. You are the master of your mind. Do not let no spirits take over your thoughts. Matter of fact, do not let no thoughts take over your being. When you overthink, you make your body work. When you clear your mind of thoughts, you open yourself up to new energy. Silence those thoughts, because these thoughts can bombard the mind and make one feel overwhelmed. Try not thinking sometimes. But when it comes to making decisions, fucking think. Use your head. Is that real? You don't have to pay attention to all the things that's bad in this world. Just pay attention to yourself and how you can uplift yourself so the things that in this world that's bad can no longer affect you. And then teach others how to protect themselves. You can teach a man how to fish, he'll eat forever. But I can't just keep feeding fish. You get how that works? Either way though, I just came to speak some soul food to you. I love y'all. I do this out of the passion from my heart for y'all. So yeah, Like, subscribe, hit the cash app, donations welcome. You know, and yeah, if you're a black sheep, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Remember, it's no reason to feel a certain type of way towards any family or anything of that nature. They don't know what they're doing. A lot of them, especially if they're possessed by the spirits of ego that is not them. We live in a society, believe it or not, people want to think that society is normal. 95% of the society in the United States especially is possessed by low entities and don't even know it and will swear to God that they're normal. Even if they're practicing witchcraft and voodoo, they still don't know it because they're practicing and they're not actually looking within their being to see who they truly are before they even do these practices. So they want to use ego as an excuse to sit there and put curses and hexes on people simply out of emotion that they open themselves up to. Nobody can hurt you but you. If I know this person is down bad and I date this person, knowing they down bad but ignore it for a desire that's tied to ego, and I get hurt, I cannot blame that person for being who they already are. Even if they're possessed, I chose that. By having sex with somebody that's possessed, I open myself up to that spirit to hurt me. That's how real this shit is. This is a real spiritual war in your face. Literally. Everything is a war. It's a silent war in your fucking face, blatant. It's not a physical war. It's not about a war of shooting guns and killing people. It's a war of shooting and aiming at your soul with energy by way of principles and principalities. They're warring on your principalities and your logic. Logic is tied to truth. Emotion is tied to the feeling that helps guide that truth in a way till it can be communicated. It's levels. So anyway, I want to tell y'all like this. So, wake up. Activate that DNA so your ancestors can have more direct communication. How you do that? Detox. They don't give a dang if you say you could be spiritual, eating meat, with all that stuff. If you're not killing these animals yourself to eat with and putting your own intention into these animals, or what you want these animals to do for you with respect to nature, every meat that you eat is a curse to you and it's going to hinder your thought process. I don't care what you believe in. I know what this shit does. I see it. This is passion. This is Shango. I understand that. I don't give a fuck what culture you in. If you're not killing your own animals to eat, it's blood sacrifice. And it's a curse sent to you. Every time you eat that food, you consent to that curse. And you would have to sit there and war your mind to fight the thoughts of the energy that comes from the food. If you have power over your mind and you want to consistently war with these thoughts at all times to maintain your being, that's fine. You have that power. You have that ability. The power of your mind. You have power and dominion over all spirits. But at the end of the day, why hinder yourself? If you live in your life with ankle weights and take them off, bitch, you can fly. I'm just saying. Why not cut off the ankle weights? If you want to eat meat, go hunting. Kill the animal when it's in peace. Pray over the animal. Do it how our ancestors did it. They only ate meat during times of war, famine, and ritual. We would sacrifice these animals and eat them to take on the energy of the said spirit. We did not just eat because it tasted good. Meat don't even taste good unless you add plants to it as seasoning. I'm sorry, I'm passionate speaking now. So yeah, anyways. Dosha Lyfe TV. Like and subscribe, hit the cash app, man. You know, I speak because I love y'all. This is soul food. I want y'all to think for yourselves, not let these spirits think for you. Because until you wake up and be a God, until you wake up and know your power, you also have ancestors that's sitting there pushing you, giving you torment to wake you the fuck up. Like, nigga, wake up, wake up. That each slap is a trial and tribulation to get you to wake up and be in your divinity. You wonder why shit keep going bad. You're not focused on yourself. You focus on other people. You focus on shit that does not pertain to your soul. If you move according to your soul, everyone around you is going to actually benefit. I keep wanting to end the video, but I keep talking. This video getting long though, so like, subscribe, hit the cash app, you know, all that. Peace, family. I love y'all.